All right, welcome back to another SHP case study. I've enjoyed doing these because I feel like I get to relive the campaigns that are successful here. And it allows me to every time learn something new or remember something about how cold calling can work in the 21st century. Today I have a pretty interesting case study because it's a bit more technical than a lot of our clients' campaigns. So we work with all sorts of different clients and product services. This one specifically is a company that offers a type of service and product to manufacturing companies. And there's some vocabulary that our team would have to use in order to properly translate. Because many times in cold calling, there's three different personas that we write for. We write for the prospect that we're calling so that they'll understand. We'll write for the client and the product service expertise that they offer. And then thirdly, we will write for the team member calling. And whether that's the person who is the product expert or whether that's an entry level SDR, we still have to write so that it comes off smoothly and in conversation flow. So this was a tricky one, and we'll get into the details. So from the top, we had a pretty successful campaign, a couple campaigns actually that we'll show, with an appointment setting rate of 2.87%. So that is pretty decent. That's about one appointment every between 30 and 40 calls overall. And a lead setting rate. So those are leads would include all types of leads, nurture warm appointments, with one in every about 19 or 18 calls. And so we know that there's a high product relevance. It was a great market. The messaging worked well, and the SDRs were trained appropriately to deliver this. The script format we used was a consultative conversation, which is one of the three primary formats using our H2H method. So to give a little bit more in-depth detail, this company essentially supports equipment in manufacturing or with manufacturing companies and gives them the ability to inspect some dimensioning and tolerance. So this is a specific area that I'm not very familiar with. You can tell by the way I'm saying it. But these are the types of things that we have to adopt if we're going to make an impact on the phone. So they help in this area with manufacturing companies. And so the objective was to make calls to these executives at these manufacturing companies, engage, and see if we could come out for a site visit to see if this equipment or our service would be a good fit for them. So we were looking for a next step meeting in person, so face to face, which I think is an interesting ask in 2020 and beyond, right? So it doesn't matter anything after 2020. A face-to-face meeting is, an unusual request, but can sometimes kind of break the pattern at this point with all of the calls and messages and Zoom meetings. So the idea then was to set up these meetings, and we had written a script. Now this is something that we've refined, and I'm very proud of this script. I feel our team worked really hard to make this as simple as possible and ask some really good questions to then extract some of the pain or ideas or curiosity from the prospects to then be able to provide value before going out to the meeting. So the conversation went something like this. Hi, my name is Ryan with blank company. We sell, service, and support equipment that enables companies like yours to, with the ability to inspect the geometric dimensioning and tolerancing of the parts and products you produce more efficiently. So I love that because this really does simplify, describe, and deliver value to what this company does, and immediately go into a classic hone-in question, which is a discovery question that has more or less a yes or no answer. So the hone-in sounds something like this. Does your current precision measurement solutions provider service and support all of the products and equipment you purchase from them? So this is kind of extracting a pain and having, instilling a little bit of competitor awareness and challenge. And we also have the if yes, if no. So those are relevant there based upon what they say, which allows us to go right into the calling prop. Now, what's nice about this is that it gives us just another one line after they answer that and allows us to then just knock off a couple different items on our product line before going into another discovery. We never want to have an imbalance of questions, of statements overpowering questions. And if we have too many statements, you can drown out and lose the attention of the prospect. So we immediately go into discovery cues. What do you do now for parts that you are currently having trouble measuring? And are your current measurement tool providers able to provide an on-site service on demand? So clearly extracting some pain here where they have some industry knowledge to know that this isn't the norm for a lot of providers like our client. Whatever their answer was, they can empathize, make a comment on, but then move right into the next step of asking for a site visit with our president to then see if this solution could help them. Outstanding results. We had a 9.8 DM connect rate. So we had one in every about 10 calls reach a decision maker. What was fascinating though is every 3 of those conversations turned into an appointment. So we had a 29.9% DM connect rate. So overall, from dials to appointments, it was a 2.87. But you can see that in the graph, there was, it's pretty consistent across the board. I mean, this isn't just one campaign that we've had this success in. You've seen it as low as 1.2 up to 4.8% appointment setting rate, which is outstanding. So certainly a very consistent campaign and clear product relevance mixed with our H2H messaging strength, the right target to reach out to, and the SDRs trained up appropriately to get this kind of measurable results. And this company is still with us today, continuing to produce appointments for them to go out to the site visit. There you have it, a technical solution reaching out to manufacturing companies, one of our H2H and SHP case studies.